We are standing in the middle of a labyrinth of convenience, one that we created ourselves. In an era where everything is instantly available, learning with AI, shopping with a single tap, unlimited connection through social media, human beings should, in theory, be happier than ever. Yet reality reveals a paradox. We are more exhausted, more confused, and more easily lost. The more choices we have, the more directionless we become. The more we try to hold on, the more afraid we are of losing. The book Wise Minimalism by Xiaoye is not simply a guide to throwing away possessions. It is a journey of awakening, an invitation to return to what is essential and to bravely release what is excessive, silently draining our life energy. Minimalism, seen through the lens of mindfulness, is conscious selection, creating inner peace in a constantly shifting world. Don't confuse enjoying with owning. The heaviness in our minds often begins when we mistake experiencing beauty for having to possess it. We forget that every object we bring home comes with an invisible cost: time spent cleaning, mental space spent maintaining, anxiety about damage or loss. Look deeper into human psychology. Our ancestors stored material goods as an instinct of survival against scarcity. Modern people store things as an instinct of insecurity. We buy not because we need, but because we fear lacking, falling behind, or not measuring up. The truth is, what you own may actually be owning you. Instead of exhausting yourself buying a house with a garden and spending your life maintaining it, enjoy the openness of walking through a public park. Instead of purchasing an expensive painting only to hide it in a corner, visit a museum and let art move your soul. A good cup of coffee doesn't require buying the whole cafe. A beautiful flower doesn't require owning the entire garden. Enjoyment is living. Excessive accumulation is often just another form of imprisonment. Minimalizing desire, moving beyond the fear of falling behind. Most modern desires do not arise from natural needs, but from external pressure. We crave certain things, chase certain status, often because of fear. Fear of not being valuable in others' eyes, fear of being left behind in the race for recognition. To regain control of your life, you must bring unconscious desires into the light of reason. When a craving appears, ask yourself, does this bring me closer to the life I truly want, or does it only make me look acceptable in the eyes of the world? When faced with awareness, shallow desires naturally weaken. Minimalizing desire does not make life dull. It helps you reach a state of wanting less, but wanting deeper, focusing all your energy on what truly matters. Decluttering emotions, letting the heart rest. Inner clutter is more frightening than physical clutter. We often suffer because of the habit of writing imaginary scripts in our minds. A message left unanswered for a few hours can turn into an emotional crisis of overthinking, misinterpreting silence as rejection or anger. Emotional minimalism teaches this: a meaningful relationship should make you breathe easier, not feel more suffocated. To achieve that, clarity is key. Instead of staying silent and exhausting yourself trying to meet others' expectations, learn to set boundaries and express yourself honestly. The clearer the language, the lighter the heart. When you dare to speak truthfully and release illusions, your inner world becomes purified. True maturity is knowing when to stop before negativity controls your words and actions. Minimalism in work, doing what matters instead of staying busy. Most of us don't lack time, we lack priorities. Busyness is often a mask for directionlessness.
A minimalist is not someone who does less out of laziness, but someone who concentrates energy on what is important, rather than being swept away by urgent but meaningless tasks, endless emails, trivial messages, constant distractions. Remember, your desk reflects your inner state. A cluttered desk filled with sticky notes scatters mental focus. Likewise, multitasking is a trap that weakens thinking quality. When you simplify your space and focus on one task at a time, productivity naturally rises and the mind becomes lighter. Mindful finance. Money is a tool, not a goal. In minimalist finance, the value of money lies in the peace it provides, not in the objects it can buy to display. Never fall into the trap of spending to soothe emotions. Shopping is often used as a temporary painkiller for stress, pressure, or insecurity. A luxury purchase may bring joy for a few days, but if it costs you months of debt anxiety, it is a failed transaction. When we stop spending to look successful, we begin spending according to real needs. The radiance of a minimalist life comes from inner vitality, not external glamour. Maturity is knowing when to let go. The farther we travel through life, the less luggage we need. When we are young, we want to collect everything, every experience, every relationship. But the minimalist adult understands, not every goal is worth sacrificing health for. Not every relationship will stay for life. True refinement is not found in designer brands, but in the calm presence shaped by the courage to release. When excess material fades away, the soul finally has room to shine. Peace is not something to search for. It is the natural state of a life that has been neatly arranged. Are you ready to put down some weight? Minimalism does not make life poorer. On the contrary, it removes the fog of desire so you can see the pure essence of living. When you carry less, you go farther. When you want less, you realize you already have enough. The journey back to peace does not begin with grand changes, but with one small action today. What burden, object, or pressure will you choose to release right now so your heart can finally breathe? The simpler, the more refined, the lighter, the freer. Learn to let go of unnecessary weight, material, emotional, professional, so you may touch the deeper essence of maturity.